How important is it for Israel to take out the leaders of Hamas? Or is this organization like a hydra with dozens ready to take any given leader's place?
It is like that. It's kind of a mixed bag, actually, because I mean he was one of the key architects, so he will be replaced his position, but it's not something with the capacity because of his experience that can be so easily replaced. But the organization is itself designed to be very decentralized, so that it doesn't have to have a rigid command and control structure, and they're going to continue to operate no matter what happens here. And in terms of tactical impact, I don't think it's going to have any at all. Naturally, Israel wants to take out as many of the Hamas leaders as they can, because that'll still degrade their ability to respond once Israel goes in on the ground. And based on what happened overnight, that's probably coming pretty quickly.
Meanwhile, Qatar is likely harboring key and high up Hamas leaders. We also know Qatar played a key role in the release of U.S. hostages from Hamas, that mother and daughter. Does Qatar need to pick a side? Is it possible for Israel to wipe out Hamas, as it wants to promise to do, going into Gaza without addressing the fact that some of these key leaders are being harbored by Qatar?
Qatar's made very clear they're not going to pick a side. They're going to continue to be friends with the United States. I mean, we have an air base, a major air base there in Qatar. I was actually stationed there for a period of time. And yet, as you point out, they're openly hosting not just the Hamas leader, but also Hezbollah and Iranian leaders. They're going to play a middle ground. And it's hard to see that, because we like things to be clean. You're either with us or against us, but they're not operating that way. And they have been instrumental in getting American hostages released. And they're trying to make a deal right now, they say, to get up to 70 hostages released. So you see that there's a lot of, leverage that they have. So it's not something that easily the West can, demand that they take a side, because there is some benefit to us.
Is there realistically anything that either Israel or the U.S. can do to compel Qatar to release the Hamas leaders that they are continuing to harbor?
I don't think that there is, because, I think that Qatar has made their decision about what they want to do and how they want to be portrayed in the region, and what role that they want to play. And I think that they have said, this is the role we're going to play. You either can do business with us or you can't. I think that they're actually saying that right now. But back to your question you asked a second ago about can the IDF destroy Hamas? That's going to be an extremely difficult task. And I don't know how you militarily do that, because the main issue, Hamas actually means resistance fighter. And I don't know how you destroy resistance with military power. I fear that this is just going to be kicking the can down the road, no matter how many Hamas fighters they kill.
Interesting. And I do want to talk about the looming ground invasion we've been talking about for some time now. We're seeing these raids, certainly the one we just heard about overnight. Why are these raids important ahead of an official ground invasion?
Well, what Israel's trying to do is set the stage for they're probably attacking every even suspected site of ammunition storage, command and control sites, communications gear, anything they can do that will hamper the Hamas ability to respond in any kind of a coordinated way, especially like rocket sites. I mean, that's pretty sure that's one of their priority targets for the Israeli Defense Forces. So they want to try to make it as hard as they can for Hamas and as easy as possible for the IDF when they go in there. But that comes with a big caveat that there's no easy way. This is going to be an extremely difficult. I've been hearing the Minister of Defense and Netanyahu on down tell everybody that this is going to be a long process measured in months. It's not going to be quick, easy, or painless.
Yeah, certainly. And there's one more question for you, sort of a bird's eye view. I mean, you are coming to us today, and I'm grateful for it, with a great wealth of experience on the ground here. I know you mentioned how complex, how difficult this is. If you were in charge with the goal of wiping out Hamas, what would you do? Is the ground offensive the right thing to do, the right way to go?
Yeah, actually, I would suggest that the IDF take a page out of American military history in the past, when we fought a similar but smaller scale battle in Iraq in 2004 in the Battle of Fallujah. We sealed off the area completely, and then spent about 3 months to basically let the insurgents at that time kind of stew in the heat and cut off from supplies. Meanwhile, we did lots of rehearsals, practice, training, and intelligence preparation of the battlefield to know exactly where we needed to go. And then once we went in there, it was methodical, and it took about a month and a half. I would advise Israel to do the same. Just seal off all that part of Gaza that they want to do, and let some of these supplies run out. And those guys don't have much of an opportunity to replace themselves, and they'll get weaker and Israel will get stronger. But there's a lot of political pressure and diplomatic pressure for them to do something quickly. And I'm afraid that's probably how it's going to work out.